my name is Alex, I'm a patchwork nerd, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I struggle to find the motivation to make this video because I'm just not feeling it right now. There was about 7 different other videos that I thought about making instead of this video that I actually have scripts for, but I really just kept running into that feeling of I'm just not feeling it right now. I just don't feel like I'm in the right mood or have the right attitude or can do that subject the justice and dedication that it needs. Like, I feel like I'm just not in the right place to be talking about certain things. It's an interesting challenge, so I thought I would talk to you about things that you can do when you're just not feeling it, both as a writer and as a creator in general. So let's take a look at that. One thing I find that really helps with tasks that just aren't sounding the greatest is to break them down into smaller pieces. Instead of looking at it as I need to write my novel today, break it down to I need to work on chapter 5 today. And if you need to break it down even more, think about I need to write 2 scenes in chapter 5 today, or I need to write 500 words in chapter 5 today, or I need to write 6 pages for chapter 5 today. The important thing is to break down those goals so at least you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, instead of just being like I need to work on my novel and then feeling overwhelmed because it's like, well, where's the end point? Because I'm not feeling it today, and if there's no end point, then I'm just feel like I'm trapped in a box and I'm getting overwhelmed and I'm getting stressed out. And just calm down. Instead of going down that wonderful rabbit hole, break down your task and understand what you need to accomplish and what little things you can do along the way to help you get that thing done. Another thing you can do when you're not feeling motivated is to just understand when it's time to push through and when it's time to walk away. And I can't speak to your experiences, and I can't speak to the emotions that you might be feeling in that moment or at this moment while you're watching this video. It's up to you to realize and recognize when you need to make those calls for yourself. For example, a lot of times when my anxiety is at its highest, I start to feel panicked when I think about a task. And if I try breaking it down, or if I try simplifying the task and there's still that ongoing panic going on, that is a big sign to me that it is time to take a step back and to do some self-care, go watch a movie, go read a book, go meditate, do anything else but writing or creating, because I'm just going to further that panic by forcing myself to sit down and do that task. Alternatively, you need to know when you're just making excuses. And again, I can't speak to knowing when you are making excuses. You have to understand that quality about yourself. One thing, if I start bargaining with myself, I know that I am just stalling for time because I'm being lazy. A lot of times I'll be like, oh, I'll watch 2 more YouTube videos and then I'll get to writing. Oh, but I'm hungry, so actually 2 more YouTube videos plus I need a snack, so I might as well watch a YouTube video while I eat that snack, so 3 YouTube videos. And actually now I've got to start dinner and I've got to fold laundry and I've got to file my taxes, and you can see where this is going. The excuses start mounting up and I end up getting no writing done because I have given myself too many outs. So that's a big sign to me that it is time to reel myself back in and be like, no, you're putting your butt in that chair and you are going to work for a little while and you're going to like it. So those are some signs that I use to help identify when I need a break and when I don't need a break. And you need to stop and reflect and figure out what those signs are for you. I recommend journaling. That is a great way to learn a lot about yourself. So maybe you start just stream of conscious writing down what you feel in that moment and what side of the fence you think you're on. If you think that it's time for some self-care, or you think it is time to give yourself a kick in the pants. And it's not going to be perfect the first few times you try to identify this, and it's going to take practice, but the more you try to understand yourself, the easier it's going to become. Another thing I recommend when you're not feeling it is setting a timer. I do this to myself all the time, where I promise myself, okay, I don't really feel like doing this right now, but I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes, and it's going to be a really painful 20 minutes, but I have to keep writing. Even if it's just pecking individual letters slowly on that keyboard, I have to keep going for that 20 minutes. And then after that 20 minutes, I can have a break for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the day. A lot of times what I run into is that 20-minute timer goes off, I'm done, it's time to take a break, and I go, wait, I'm not done with this scene yet. I want to keep writing. So I set another timer for 20 minutes. That 20 minutes goes by and I tend to find that I still want to keep going. That timer just gives yourself a good way to be like, okay, this is the bare minimum of what I need to do. And a lot of times it helps you get that momentum going that you kind of have to sit there and grit your teeth to get through. And by the time you get through it, it usually makes it a lot easier to keep going. And of course there's exceptions to this. There are times where you are going to be like, okay, that 20 minutes is done. Let's just, okay, we're done for the day. And that's okay. Do not feel bad if you run into that. It takes practice. Just like with the last tip, everything takes practice. Figure out what works best for you and go from there. Honestly, guys, I really needed to talk about this, and I'm so glad that I made this video because it's reminding me of the little things that I need to do to help myself be able to create. And there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days when it comes to creating art and writing and just creating in general, and that's okay. The important thing is that you keep going and that you keep trying and that you believe in yourself. And even if you feel hopeless or lost or confused, just know that there are so many people out there that want to encourage you, which pretty much brings us to my final tip. If you're not feeling it, reach out to other writers, because a lot of times they have really good advice or really kind and encouraging words to help you be able to actually get the motivation you need or the reassurance that you need that you are a writer that has talent and you can keep going. You can definitely tweet me at patchworknerd on Twitter if you ever need that push for encouragement, or leave a comment below and I will be happy to respond to you and give you a push in the right direction. I host live streams on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and a lot of times we talk about our experiences as writers there. Or you can also join my chat, Writer's Patch, every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, because that is another great way to network and meet fellow writers who are always going to be there. It is a happy little family that I am so proud of, this community that we have brought together. So if you need to meet your people, come over to Writer's Patch. We will give you a muffin, we will throw some glitter at you, and you will be initiated into the wonderful madness. It's all gonna be okay. And it might not be okay in this moment, but eventually things will get easier. You will slowly start to understand yourself more. You will slowly start to understand your writing more, and you will slowly be able to create more easily. And yes, that doesn't guarantee that bad days aren't going to happen, but hopefully it'll make the tough days a little bit easier. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today and for putting up with my kind of weird, bizarre, not feeling it kind of mood. This was very therapeutic for me, and I hope it was able to help you in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, or you can tweet me at patchworknerd. Also, please make sure to hit that happy little subscribe button down below. We have reached 600 followers and I'm doing a giveaway. If you haven't watched my latest Camp NaNoWriMo update video, be sure to check that out because that will give you information about the giveaway that I am holding to celebrate reaching 600 followers. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for supporting me, and thank you to all of you for joining me here today. And as always, keep writing, keep laughing, and most importantly, keep encouraging each other. I'll see you next time. Toodles!